if you have been out to one of our beaches lately, you've probably noticed what looks like to be red seaweed is now covering some of the sand, and you might be a little leery about hanging out there for the day.
Yeah, of course. So tonight we're taking a look at exactly what it is, and we're finding out why we're seeing it on our beaches right now.
I'm Fox 4 meteorologist Andrew Shipley, and you may have seen the red drift algae watching up on the Sanibel beaches. The good news, it's not harmful, even though it smells a little bit. I asked experts how long it's going to stick around.
This type more often will just wash back out with the tide.
If you've been out and about recently, you probably noticed the steady breeze out of the north. Due to the orientation of our coastline, that causes upwelling, which means it pulls water from the bottom and pushes it to the top of the water column.
Yeah, the wind will cause waves. Waves will cause turbulence and friction drag down at the bottom, and that will help dislodge the plants.
SCCF's Dr. Rick Bartleson says this red algae is likely growing off our coastline in large amounts.
But so apparently a lot of them were out there growing and getting thick. There hasn't been anything grazing them down, and there's been plenty of nutrients near the bottom for them to get up that big, and plenty of light. So then they're doing pretty well out there.
While it might be slippery, slimy, and maybe a bit stinky, he says it poses little to no hazard to wildlife or people. But despite being a seaweed, Dr. Bartleson says you probably don't want to ingest it because
it's growing bacteria. It's a culture for bacteria.
Now, a good reminder, now, despite this has a red coloring, this is not red tide and does have beneficial impacts to our animals that live in it. On Sanibel, meteorologist Andrew Shipley, Fox 4.